At the beginning of the movie, we see a girl who has washed ashore on the edge of an island after drifting through the sea. Her name is Jen, and her friend has also washed up alongside her. She quickly rushes to check on him, but he's badly injured, his body bruised and bleeding. A few moments later, he dies right in front of her, leaving Jen terrified and alone. Crying and shaken, she covers his body and begins exploring the island, hoping to find anyone who could help. But to her horror, the island is completely deserted. There's no sign of human life anywhere. It's silent, empty, and endless. Jen soon realizes she's trapped here, completely cut off from the world. As she moves deeper into the island, she stumbles upon a plastic bag buried in the sand. Inside, she finds a woman's purse, some children's belongings, and a few medicines, one of which has a label dated 1994. That's when Jen realizes that someone must have been here many years ago. She also finds a box of matches, something that could be her only chance to survive the nights ahead. Jen takes the matches with her and continues her search, eventually reaching the beach again. There, she spots a huge hollow tree trunk lying near the shore. An idea strikes her. She could use this tree as a shelter to sleep safely at night. That night, Jen hides inside the tree trunk and somehow makes it through. The next morning, she steps out and is shocked to see hundreds of dead fish scattered along the shore, as if something from the deep had thrown them up. Among them, she spots a half-eaten baby shark, its body torn apart. She collects a few fish for food, but can't shake off the strange fear crawling over her skin. Then her eyes fall on something else. 3 graves dug nearby. She walks closer, realizing they belong to 3 different people. The sight makes her uneasy. Heartbroken, Jen digs a 4th grave for her dead friend, because by now, his body has started to rot under the sun. The next day, when she returns to the gravesite, her heart stops. Her friend's body is gone. The grave has been dug open, and half of the corpse has been eaten. Jen freezes in fear. Something is on this island, something that hunts at night. She tries to convince herself it's probably some kind of animal, maybe a wild predator that lives nearby. So she sharpens a wooden stick, turning it into a makeshift weapon. As night falls, she waits near the beach, hoping to catch a glimpse of the creature that's been haunting her. Hours pass, the wind howls, but nothing shows up. Eventually, exhaustion takes over, and Jen drifts off to sleep. The next morning, she wakes up and notices something floating in the ocean, a suitcase. She swims toward it, retrieves it, and on the way back, she feels something moving under the water. Diving down, she spots a huge hole deep beneath the sea, dark, wide, and unsettling. Disturbed, she rushes back to shore and opens the suitcase. Inside, she finds clothes and shoes, which she immediately wears. Later that night, she examines the other items inside the case. Among them are a few photographs, pictures of a happy family, a couple with 2 children. Jen realizes this family might have come to the island long ago, and probably never left. Just then, a plane flies overhead. Her heart leaps with hope. She grabs her flare gun and fires it into the sky. But by the time the flare lights up, the plane has already disappeared into the clouds. As the glowing sparks fall back down, Jen spots something horrifying in the red flare light. A shadow moving across the shore. Panicking, she runs back into the jungle and hides behind a tree. Moments later, the creature appears. It walks across the sand, sniffing the air, searching for her. Jen holds her breath, trembling, as the sound of the creature's wet, heavy steps fades into the night. When morning comes, Jen looks again at the photographs from the suitcase. That's when she notices something she missed earlier. 2 glowing eyes in the background of one picture. Her heart pounds. It's the same creature she saw last night. Now she's certain this monster must have killed that family years ago. Terrified, Jen decides she must escape this island no matter what. She opens the suitcase again, puts on a life jacket, and sits inside it, trying to use it as a makeshift boat to float away. But as she gets a little farther from the shore, the suitcase flips over, and her plan fails miserably. So she swims back, exhausted and hopeless. Knowing she can't outrun the creature, she decides to find a better hiding place. Her eyes land on the same hollow tree she used before. It's big, deep, and dark, perfect for cover. That night, Jen crawls inside and hides, but the creature knows. It follows her scent, and soon, it's standing right outside the tree, snarling, scratching, trying to break in. Jen holds her breath as the wood cracks, but the monster can't tear the tree open completely. Jen catches a few large fish from the ocean and hangs them on the tree. Her plan was simple. When the creature comes at night, it will eat those fish and leave, and she'll survive another night. The next morning, Jen wakes up and realizes her plan actually worked. The creature had eaten the fish, and once again Jen's life was spared. As she looks around, her eyes fall on something floating by the shore, a dead body washed up on the beach. She goes closer and sees that the body is completely decomposed. Seeing it gives her another idea. She decides to hang that body on the tree as bait, hoping that when the creature comes again, it will feed on the corpse instead of attacking her. But surviving on this island was getting harder and harder for Jen. That night, she digs a small pit in the sand, crawls inside, and waits quietly for the creature to come. When darkness falls, the creature finally appears. And for the first time, Jen sees it clearly. It's horrifying. A monster from the deep, slimy, dark, and humanoid in shape, with glowing eyes and gills along its neck. Jen's whole body shakes with fear. She watches as the creature walks up to the tree and starts eating the corpse she hung there earlier. Just then, Jen hears something moving near her hiding spot. When she slowly looks to the side, she sees the creature's feet right in front of her. Her heart nearly stops, but she manages to stay still, holding her breath. When morning finally comes, Jen knows one thing. She needs a safer place to hide. Now that she has seen the creature, she knows it's strong, fast, and deadly. So she decides to make a hanging shelter up in a tree, a makeshift swing bed where the creature can't easily reach her. That night, she climbs into the swing and waits. But soon enough, the creature returns again. It can sense her presence. It walks straight to the tree and starts shaking it violently, trying to make her fall. The tree sways, creaks, and finally, the swing snaps, and Jen falls hard onto the ground. The creature rushes at her immediately. Jen runs for her life, stumbling through the jungle. But then she realizes something terrifying. The creature is much faster in water than on land. In the blink of an eye, it's already ahead of her, emerging from the waves right in front of her path. Jen freezes for a moment, then gathers every ounce of courage she has left. She grabs her wooden weapon and stabs it deep into the creature's abdomen. The monster lets out a horrific roar, grabs Jen with one arm, and throws her into the ocean with immense force. Jen crashes into the water, struggling to stay afloat. Moments later, she sees that the creature has vanished beneath the waves. Gasping for breath, she pulls herself back to shore and hides behind a tree, exhausted and shaking. When morning comes again, Jen realizes her foot is badly injured. To clean the wound, she walks into the ocean to wash it. While she's in the water, her eyes suddenly catch something moving in the distance. A raft floating toward the island. On it are two people, her friends Lucas and Mia, who somehow managed to survive the storm and make it here. Jen can't believe it. For the first time in days, she feels hope. She runs to the shore, calling their names. They see her and come closer. Soon, all three sit together by the beach. Jen gives them some fish to eat and tells them everything. About the island, the graves, and most importantly, the creature that hunts at night. She says, "We need to get out of here as soon as possible. I've been trapped here for 7 days. That thing comes out every night." But Lucas and Mia don't believe her. They think Jen is lying. Lucas says, "We've been lost at sea for 5 days. We just found this island. It's safe here. We're not leaving." Jen tries to convince them, even shows them the photo she found in the suitcase, where the creature's glowing eyes are clearly visible in the background. But they still refuse to believe her story. Realizing they won't listen, Jen decides to secretly steal their raft and escape the island on her own. But before she can get far, Lucas and Mia catch her in the act. Mia attacks Jen, and a struggle breaks out between them. Jen desperately tries to explain. "Please, that thing is real! It'll kill us all!" But neither of them listens. Moments later, Mia walks off, exploring further along the shore, while Lucas stays behind with Jen. Suddenly, Jen hears Mia scream. Both of them turn and see the creature emerging from the water, dragging Mia down into the waves. Lucas runs to help, but it's too late. The creature disappears beneath the surface with Mia's body. Lucas freezes, horrified. Shaking in terror, he climbs up a nearby tree and stays there all night. By morning, he's still up there, trembling, pale and speechless. Now he finally believes everything Jen said. Jen looks up and says, "Do you see now? That thing only comes out at night. During the day, it stays hidden underwater." Hearing that, Lucas slowly climbs down from the tree. Jen looks him in the eye and says firmly, "We have to get off this island before it comes back tonight." They finally agree to listen to Jen. They take some fish and coconuts with them, along with other useful items that could help them survive later. At this point, Lucas is still terrified. She climbs into the raft, but as soon as she does, she notices bloodstains in one corner. Her heart sinks. As they begin to move the raft forward, Lucas spots the same sea creature in the water. Both of them panic immediately. They cover the raft with cloth and sticks, hoping to hide from it. But within moments, the monster bursts into the raft and attacks them viciously. Lucas grabs the flare gun and fires, but it barely slows the creature down. It grabs Jen with its massive claws and drags her deep underwater. Jen manages to pull out her knife and stabs the creature several times. At that moment, Lucas dives into the water to save her. Seeing this, the monster drops Jen and turns its fury toward Lucas. It grabs him and drags him into its lair, a dark, hollow pit deep beneath the ocean. Jen barely manages to swim back to shore. Exhausted, bleeding, and heartbroken, she realizes Lucas is gone. But now, Jen has made up her mind. She will fight back. She collects pieces of wood and starts making sharp weapons. But when she tests them, they aren't strong enough to kill that beast. So Jen does something horrifying. She digs into the sand and finds human skeletons buried underneath. Using the bones, she crafts deadly bone spears and spikes, strong enough to pierce through anything. Next, she gathers dry bushes and branches and builds a massive fire trap, a ring of fire that would trap the monster inside it. Night falls, the sea grows silent, and then slowly, the creature rises out of the dark water once again. It crawls toward the exact spot where Jen has laid her trap. And then Jen sets the bushes on fire. Flames explode around the creature. It screams and thrashes in pain. Trapped in a circle of fire, Jen rushes in with her bone weapons and attacks it relentlessly. The creature howls, bleeding heavily, but manages to grab Jen in one final strike. Jen fights back with everything she has. She stabs the monster again and again, kicking free from its grip. The beast blocks her path one last time, but it's already too weak to fight. Jen shouts, "This ends now!" And with one powerful strike, she slices its throat open. The creature collapses on the ground, its glowing eyes fading into darkness. The fire spreads fast, engulfing the entire island in bright orange flames. Jen watches as the smoke rises into the sky. A signal, a cry for help. She knew someone, somewhere, would see the fire and come to rescue her. And with that, this terrifying yet powerful story comes to an end. Jen not only survived, she conquered her fear. If you enjoyed this movie recap, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon, because the next story will be even more shocking and thrilling.